Bang! Welcome to Cryptocurrency Blockchain News, your daily cryptocurrency blockchain aggregated news show on YouTube. Look, it's going to be drinking. Look, it's going to be smoking. Look, it's going to be swearing. Look, you have been warned. So look, here I come in 3. Look, 2. Look, 1. Bang! Everybody, black, white, gay, straight, Christian, Muslim, Jew. My name is Shomari Clarke. Welcome to Cryptocurrency Blockchain News, the greatest show on earth. The greatest show. Bang! In the multiverse. Greatest show in the multiverse. Bang! We have a great show for you today. All right. So, as you guys know, we do our Saturday wrap-up show. So we have 5 stories this wrap-up. And there's a couple bad ones at the beginning. So I'm putting the bad stuff at the beginning so we can end on some happy stuff later. Okay? But we got to deal with a bunch of little bullshit right here at the front end. All right, so let's just get to it. So story number 1, brothers and sisters. Bang! Factom files for bankruptcy. All right. Oh, that's that. All right, we'll yap when I'm about to start yapping right here. You know I wanted me some Factom. I wanted that all up in my portfolio, daggone. Department of Homeland Security, daggone. Shit. All right, we'll talk about that when we get there. And then this one. So, as you guys know, Grayscale. So, let me just read the title. Grayscale is ripping off retail investors. Duh, something's happening. No one's going to pay 700% for an asset. It doesn't make sense. What kind of fucking idiot are you to do that? I mean, if you just want to give away your money, well, just hand a bag of cash to a homeless man. So anyways, we're going to read this. It's a weird little... All right, so we're going to read that. All right, and then we're going to get to some more normal stuff. And then WisdomTree, bang, files for a Bitcoin ETF. And it is a Bitcoin ETF, but it's not Bitcoin. It's other stuff too. So anyways, I'll show you how it's all structured and all the technical details of the fund. But it's an exchange-traded fund. They're applying through the SEC. I think this has a good chance. But then again, I've thought a bunch of these have had good chances, and see where we are with that. So we'll see, brothers. And then just something Deloitte said. Deloitte said that VeChain is safer and more scalable than Ethereum. We're going to read about that. And then then we're going to end the show on something just fun and light. I like this Akon city. We read about this Akon city 2 days ago, right? It's a rapper and entertainer here in America, and he's building a whole fucking tech crypto Black Panther Wakanda city in the middle. You guys told me the name of that city. Thank you. Wakanda was the name. Okay. Yeah, he's building this whole real one, though. I mean, there's not going to be flying ships and all that, but all the tech in all the world, all the brand newest stuff, the 5G, the AI, the blockchain, the Tangle, oh yeah, all of it. The electric cars, the solar power. Oh yeah, he's gonna stuff it all into this one. He's gonna stuff it all in this one city. And so we're gonna talk about. I like it. I think it's a great idea. Akon City. Oh, there's so in Akon City there's gonna be a private messaging thing that's free for everyone to use. And there's a thing called Sense Chat that's going to be used for it. All right, so let's begin. Let's start with the garbage, the bad news. Then we roll our way into regular news. And then at the end, we have a little fun at Akon City. Look, Akon City. Love it. Bang. Fucking right. That thing's going to be awesome. All right. Oh, I keep forgetting to open this daggone thing. Look. All right, 1 second, guys. All right, here we are. All right, what are we working with here? What are we working with around these parts? Look, Bitcoin. $9,333. And when I left yesterday, we were at $9,293. So that's what is that? $40 jump. All right, great. What the fuck? Look at who's at number 10. All right. This is how this is going down. Oh, the battle for number 10 is fierce. Look, top 10 of the day, brothers. Most of the usual suspects. Look, top 10. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Litecoin, Binance Coin, EOS, and look. Crypto.com said, look. Bye. And they came in and they wrangled it. Who was number 10 yesterday again? Oh, yeah, it was Cardano. Look, Hoskinson. You've got the number 10 wrangled from you. Yes. Well, all right. That's how the battle goes. That is how the battle goes. All right. So, but just, all right. Let me, hold on 1 second, guys. All right. All right. So, but just back to reality, though. Well, that is reality. Crypto.com. Look at you coming out of nowhere. Bang. Market moves of the day. Single digits up, single digits down. Usual song. Single digits up, single digits down. Fuck, most of these aren't even single digits. Single digits up, single digits down. Compound. Everyone's talking about this compound thing, huh? Would have had some major gains lately. What is it, some DeFi thing or something? What is that? All right, mega, all websites. I was going to read it to you guys, but I was like, yeah, fuck that. I just want to read other shit. But I'll look into it. Maybe it'll be worth a read one of these days. All right, single digits up, single digits down. 2 single digits up, single digits down. All right. Let's see who lost money today. You see anything on here you like, go get it because it is on sale. Yeah, not much. There's that Swissborg thing again. All right, top 10 losers of the day. Swissborg, Seal, Chili's, Augur, Loopring, Ren, OKB, Nano, Blockstack, and Horizon. Let's see who made money today, brothers and sisters. Boy, there's some all right gains over there. Yeah, this compound thing. Something happened. I think it's up like 200 or 300% or something recently. Oh, it's worth $252 a piece? Dude. All right. Well, look, top 10 gainers of the day. Compound, Matic Network, Celsius, Kyber Network, Bancor, Verg, Ox, Ave, Basic Attention, and Nervous Network. Let's see what the total market cap of the day is. Where are they at? 265 even. All right. Total market cap is $265 billion even. And when I left you yesterday, we were at 263.4, so we've gone up $1.6 billion. And 24-hour volume, still pathetic. Daggone. We're just going to party down here, are we? All right. 24-hour volume, $59.6 billion. When I left yesterday, we're at $66.1 billion. So we've gone down, what is this? $5 billion and $5.5 billion or something like this. I don't know, man. I can't do the math right now. Fuck this. Don't worry about it. About $5 billion down. Look. All right. Let's keep it moving. We got a long show. All right. So we got to start off with this bad news first. So let's go. Bang. Factom. Blockchain company Factom Inc. files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So it's official. Here it is. This is the, all right, this is the site where I always got to levitate over here. All right, so let's check it out. Daggone Factom. All right. So once the lead proponent and builder of the Factom protocol, Factom Inc. has been in financial difficulties for some time. The Austin, Texas-based company has declared voluntary bankruptcy, saying it is currently not in a position to pay as much as $7.5 million in debts. How are you in debt? You're a fucking blockchain company. What? So it is desirable and in the best interest of the company. These guys had, whoever's managing the money, they fucked it all up. You're a blockchain company. Like, all you do is you buy a couple servers and you fucking program a blockchain, buddy. Like, it doesn't take gazillions of dollars to do that. Anyways, hold on. So let's just read on. I'm angry because I wanted Factom in my daggone portfolio, man. 2 Department of Homeland Security contracts, 2 more on the way, plus the Department of Energy looking at them. That's 5, a potential of 5 U.S. federal government contracts. So, yeah, whenever I read about this, I'm a little upset. So, but let's just read. That's the news. So, it is desirable in the best interest of the company and its stakeholders to file a voluntary petition for relief. Reads a submission seen by CoinDesk, filed in Delaware on Thursday. So, alarm bells started ringing in early March. Remember we read about them? That's what we were reading about. When Factom told investors it faced liquidation unless it received further funding by the end of the month. Although it did receive some interest, the company's board announced March 31st that it would be wound up after being unable to find a lead investor. So you're telling me you have 2 Department of Homeland Security contracts, you have 2 more on the way, and a potential Department of Energy one coming online, and your investors are telling you no, they're not giving you more money? Yeah, well, you mismanaged their money. Those investors are super pissed. However, Factom Inc. has now opted to go to Chapter 11 route, the Chapter 11 route, which allows it to restructure the business and pay creditors over time. So the truth is, it might not be over, right? But I'm not going to invest in some sort of company like this. Like, I don't give a fuck how many contracts they have like now that they're doing this. But fuck. But technically, the company's still alive. When you go into bankruptcy, it doesn't mean, the company's over. It just means your creditors have to wait to get paid. Yeah, which means that the next people you ask for money are going to be like a little more scared to give you the money because they don't want to have to wait to get paid, right? Because you've already done it to a bunch of other people. And so it's a shit show. We'll see. So that's Chapter 11, right? Where you get to reorganize. Oh, yeah, and pay your creditors over time. The company's board submitted its reorganization proposal with its bankruptcy filing, which will now be evaluated by the administrators. The company had raised a total of $18 million from investors in a series of funding rounds. Factom Inc. chairman David Jervins previously told CoinDesk the company's closure will have no impact on the running of Factom protocol. And so that's the thing. These guys are saying that, yeah, even though the company is fucked over, Factom is still going to be running, right? The blockchain. A trust status probably are built on top of the Bitcoin blockchain. So he said it's still going to be running. Anyways, as part of the bankruptcy proceedings, Factom Inc. has publicly declared its balance sheet. Reading through, it's clear the company, which once received a grant from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. So it actually got money from the Homeland Security. I didn't know that until I read this. They had gotten a grant. How are you going bankrupt? You're getting grants from the people who are paying you to use your thing? These guys all just took the money, man. I'm telling you right now. For some years, losses have escalated since Factom Inc. launched in 2013. So this launched in 2013. All you're doing is hiring a bunch of nerds to program computers. It doesn't cost much money to do that. You rent a little office space. You sit them down on with a rack of servers, Linux or whatever servers you want, and you tell them start coding. That doesn't cost a lot of money. Now listen to all the money these guys have been losing over the years. So it was launched in 2013. Now in their 2016 tax year, the company reported a $2.6 million loss. How can you lose? You just got a bunch of nerds coding. And another $4.3 million loss the following year. What were you doing that costed? That gave you a $4.3 million loss. Yeah, spending the money is what you were doing. It appears the company tried to cut back after gross losses peaked at nearly $5 million in 2018. So these kids were just running up debt every year. And then losses amounted to $4.8 million in 2019. So that's when the investors said, fuck this shit. We're not giving you kids any more money. Fuck it. You're losing millions a year? A year? For something that technically you should just be able to do on your daggone laptop, right? You're just building a blockchain. You're just coding stuff. It's not, you're not building something. It's not like you're building a factory and, you've got to order parts and, put together, like Elon Musk or something. He's got to build a factory and then he's got to buy the tires and the steering wheels and the parts and get the body of the thing made and all. That costs money to build something, right? You're not building anything. You're a fucking blockchain thing. You're just sitting there at your fucking computer typing. And you're losing 2.6, 4.3, 5 million, and then 4.8 million year over year like that. You guys are just straight robbing your own investors. And the investors finally got sick of it last year, and that's why they're not giving them the money. They have the contracts. The Department of Homeland Security uses Factom right now. They use it right now. In two instances. Yeah, but their investors are like, fuck this. Fuck this. All right, so and listen to this bullshit. Although Factom cut employee wages by just under $390,000 between 2018 and 2019, compensation for company officers, the CEO, the CFO, the COO, appears to have increased by over 260 grand. You're losing millions of dollars of your investors' money year over year, and you fucking increase the top executives' money? Oh, that's straight Enron shit right there. That's straight Enron bullshit right there, according to the filing. So the company also saw a significant $430,000 increase in other deductibles, which includes legal fees. I'll tell you what those other deductibles were. Yeah, when they go to fucking have caviar at lunch. That's what the deductibles are. When these boys are sitting there after work renting hookers. That's where your 430 extra other deductions came. These kids ran around acting the fool. In my opinion. I mean, there's no other reason. Right? You're already being used and more people want to use you. Yeah, your investors, the investors saw this. What they saw was this. Losses. Not just losses, but escalating losses. Escalate. In other words, year over year. They saw 2.6 million lost. And there it is, 2.6 million lost. Then the next year, 4.3. All right. Then the next year, it jumped up even more to 5. And then these kids decided to keep it a little respectable and just keep it around the 5 mark. Not rip their investors off too much. Anyways, guys, so that's the story of Factom. They filed for bankruptcy. They say their blockchain is still going, but that is just a sad situation because it's a viable company. You know what I mean? It's not like it's just some piece of crap and the investors figured it out. Yeah, this thing's real. But the kids running this thing are just so egregiously embezzling the money of their own investors. Even the investors are like, nah, I'm good. You know, just pay me back my money and I'm out of here. File for bankruptcy, pay me my money later, I'm out of here. And so, all right, so that's it, guys. That's the official word. I mean, if I hear some bullshit like, yes, Factom on boards, mega investors, maybe. But other than that, yeah, this is dead to me now. Can't risk it. All right, so there that one goes. All right, so that's the first piece of bad news. And now the second piece here, before we get to our regular, the fun stuff. Bang! Grayscale. It's not buying record Bitcoin. It's just ripping off retail investors. Bang! So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna read this article to you. I don't really understand what the fuck too much what they're saying. I've never seen an investment vehicle built like this, done this way. Grayscale is pulling some daggone voodoo. They're doing some black magic here, which now explains to me how they get away with charging 700% for an Ethereum. I've never seen this. So, I know all about funds. I know about every kind of fund, every technical you want. I know all about most investment vehicles on Earth. Well, at least how they work. I've never seen this kind of shit here, what we're about to see. And so what I'm about to read you. So the truth is, all right, let me get a sip and then. The truth is, I've never seen this. So I'm not really going to be able to explain to you to the best as if I knew it, not like the stuff that I normally teach you guys about. But I have to read it to you because maybe someone out there, maybe one of you understands completely what this is saying. And if you do, go into the comments on YouTube when I post this, please, and fucking give us the rundown because I'm not really sure what this is. Like I said, this is some black magic voodoo shit. I've never seen an investment vehicle like this ever. I've never heard of anything like this. But these guys break it down what it does. And so I want to show you. It's unbelievable. It's mostly about the Bitcoin trust they have, but I'm assuming that applies to the Ethereum trust. And like I said, like it's just impossible. I don't know what you could tell me to make me spend 700 times what I should spend for an asset. And so that's why I'm reading this to you, because these guys say, nah, it's just ripping off retailers. And that makes more sense, because remember they were saying that the institutions were buying this thing. But there's a retail component to this secondary market thing that they talk about in this article. And I'll read that to you. Well, obviously we're going to read it right now, but. And you'll see, so it kind of looks like, I'm going to say what I think it is. It seems like Grayscale is letting institutions come, buy this stuff, and then rip off retailers, but through the Grayscale platform, through this thing called a secondary market. Okay, so like I said, so I'm not going to have in-depth yap to you about this, because I don't really understand what the fuck. I've never seen something like this. I've never heard of this kind of crazy ass. Like I said, this is some black magic voodoo shit these guys are pulling here. And it must be, because you're getting away with charging people 700 times the value of the asset. All right. Blah, blah, fuck the Bitcoin money. All right. So currently GBTC shares, so GBTC shares are Grayscale's Bitcoin trust shares, or fund. Is it a trust or a fund? Anyways, whatever, man. It's the shares of the thing. I think it's a trust. Oh, there it is. Grayscale Trust. Yes, it's a trust. All right. So currently, GBTC shares are trading at a premium of 20%. So they're charging people 20% more for a Bitcoin than the spot market price, retail price, right? So premium of 20% to Bitcoin, with each share costing $10.76, where each share represents 0.000960070 or whatever the fuck BTC, which means one Bitcoin is worth $11,200 here, while Bitcoin is trading on the spot exchange at just under $9,400. Grayscale's Ethereum product, ETHE, now this is the one that pisses me off very much, is trading at a higher premium of 750%. 46% above the all-time high of Ether. What the fuck? And that's what blew my mind. You guys saw it. You know, I just think, what the fuck? What the fuck? It doesn't even make sense. And this is an approved investment vehicle, and that's the other thing. Like, it says they're ripping off, but they're doing it within a regulatory compliant manner, so they're not going to get arrested or anything. Well, or shut down, I should say. These boys regularly get thrown in jail. They just get fined. So look, a FINRA-approved investment vehicle. That's America's FINRA. Grayscale held more than 300,000 Bitcoin prior to March 12th crash. Recently was revealed the crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital has become the qualified investor to hold more than 6% of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust shares. The fund has amassed more than 21 million Bitcoin Trust shares, whose nearly $250 million, or just over 20,000 Bitcoins. All right. Now this is the part. Retail investors getting ripped off. So let me just, whoops. You know what this website, this is what the problem with this website is. I'm scrolling down, but the scroll thing gets smaller and smaller because they keep opening stuff down below me. All right, anyways. So let me just get a sip. So here we go. This is the part. So we're going to read it, and it kind of gets into detail. And so, but I'm going to tell you, like I said, I'm not going to lie to you. I never lie to you guys. You know, if I don't know something, I just say, yeah, like, hey, guys, the numbers I'm going to make up these numbers, but bang, 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 right? So, and I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I'm not really sure what the fuck this is. It's some voodoo black magic. That's the only way I can describe it. You're doing some daggone Enron crazy voodoo. And people are buying into it, so it's some weird ass shit. All right, so let me get a couple sips, then we get out of here. All right, well, then we proceed. All right, retail investors getting ripped off. All right, so since halving, Grayscale has been gobbling up 50% more Bitcoin than has been created. The news excited the crypto market, given that Bitcoin supply in the market has already cut down, and with Grayscale consuming all the Bitcoin that is being created in the market and more, this should drive the prices up. Scarcity should, but that's not really the case, and that's what makes sense to me, because the price is not flying, and you've told me that Grayscale's buying all this, which should be taking them off the market, creating scarcity, thus creating supply shortages, which should drive prices up, which is normal, how the normal markets where I'm from work. Obviously, that's not really the case. Well, what I showed you is the case, but Grayscale's not really doing what they said. So let's listen. According to Ryan Watkins of Meaasging Crypto, Grayscale actually bought way less, just 31% of all the new Bitcoin mined since the halving. And so here's the actual breakdown. Let's see. So since the halving, there's the number right there. They actually bought this amount. The GBTC, they actually only bought 5,600 of them, but they claimed that they bought 28,000 of them. And as you can see right here, can I open this picture for you guys? They're not letting me blow the picture up, but can you guys see this? Oh, is my head in the right? Oh, you motherfucker. I forgot to move my head back. All right, so here we are. Sorry, guys. All right, fuck. See, that's what I hate about that site where I got to move my head, because I'm excited to talk about the next piece of money, and I fucking forget. Anyways, we're here with the chart part, so you didn't really need to see anything else anyway. All right, so guys, we're back at proper mode. Sorry about that, dudes. Look, I try to run a tight ship. All right, so let's get back. So now that you can see, here is since the halving, and they've actually only bought, so the blue box down here, they've only bought 5,683. But they're claiming that they bought, it says here, 28,413. But really only 18,250 new Bitcoins have been issued since the halving, all right? So this guy is saying that no, Grayscale has actually only bought 31%. I mean, that's still huge. I mean, 31% of all of some asset in the world, that's mega still. So, all right. So, but way less than what they said. Okay, so this is the part where I don't get. So I'm going to read it to you. And if one of you guys get it, tell me in the comments, because I know what in kind is. Like, as you guys know, I told you yesterday, my degree from university is management in the not-for-profit sector. So I can run any 501c or any sort of charity or any kind of 501c4, whatever kind of bullshit you want, like that. And we get in our world, in the not-for-profit world, people do give us in-kind gifts. But they're gifts, right? They're donations to the, if I'm running a scholarship, and some rich guy wants to, leave something for children, maybe he donates $2 million to the scholarship fund, the trust. And then, he knows that he's helping children. When he passes away, children will always be helped with his $2 million because it collects interest, and we keep giving it out to the kids so they can go to school, right? And so that's called an in-kind. That's in-kind, Hey, here you go. They give it to you. And so when it comes to markets and money, I've never really heard of in-kind, because people in markets don't just give shit, right? That's my world, the not-for-profit world. Well, the one I was trained to do. Actually, obviously, I never did that job. I did that for about a year after I got out of university, and then, and just started trading and kicking these guys' asses. And so, but so that's why I want to explain that, because I don't understand. Okay, so I'm just going to read this. So they say that, let's just refresh ourselves on what happened. They only bought 31%. Hold on. They only bought 31% since the halving. So this is because of the in-kind purchases. 80% of the money it reportedly pulls in do not make up for any business pressure because they were in-kind purchases. Basically, these institutional investors can hand out their own Bitcoin in order to buy the BTC shares. So this is going to sound fucked up. I have never heard anything like this. But I think what they're saying is that if I'm a Bitcoin hodler, I get to buy these shares by giving an in-kind gift. In other words, I'm not really buying anything. I'm really just putting my Bitcoin on Grayscale, and it gets added to this GBTC thing, I think. So, but listen. So let's read on. GBTC shares are available to accredited investors and are created using cash or cryptocurrency with a year lockup period. So these people are putting their money in. They get, you can see, this is so fucked up, right? It's not like a regular fund. I just buy a share of a fucking fund. No, these people can either buy a share of it with cash or through an in-kind, here it is, in-kind purchase. Basically, it says they can hand out their own crypto to, quote unquote, buy this thing. So you're using your Bitcoin to buy a Bitcoin trust. See what I'm saying? See the voodoo? See the voodoo right there? That's some crazy shit. I've never heard of that. With a year lockup period. And so also when you do this, you're not allowed to take your money out for a year. To be reduced to 6 months, which means initial investors can sell their shares to the public on secondary markets after the period is over. So once you invest in this, you're not even allowed to touch your own shares for a year. And I think they said they're going to reduce it to 6 months. So Watkins explained, hold on, who's this guy Watkins? Oh, let's see who Watkins is. Oh, from Meaasging Crypto. Okay. Oh, the research guy. Okay, he's a research guy. Okay. When there are a lot of buyers and few sellers, investors in the secondary market can push the price of the shares well above the value of the underlying cryptocurrencies. Exactly. So that makes sense. That's usual stuff. If more people want to buy something and less people are selling it, okay, the price goes up. But why would I buy it from that market, which is illiquid, when I can just go over here on the spot market and get it at a way cheaper price? So since no new shares are being created to new cryptocurrency, sorry. Let me read that again. Since no new shares are being created, no new cryptocurrency is actually going into the trust, creating a premium to the underlying. This can create a significant arbitrage opportunity for accredited investors who can create new shares in the primary market. So that's what I mean, man, guys. I'm confused about that part. But what it sounds like it's saying is, well, if you're an accredited investor, I don't really even fucking know, man. It's just so crazy. If you're buying the crypto with your own crypto, I don't really know what it means, man. If you're buying the crypto with your own crypto, it's not costing you anything. And then later on, you're going to get to sell this. And I think that it's these rich people that are selling it for 700%. It's on Grayscale at 700%, but it's not Grayscale doing it. It's these people who have bought the shares and are now just doing that. I think, man. All right, so let's continue. 21 shares, previously known as Akon. Remember Akon AG? They're from Switzerland. They were the ones who rocked all those, we were reading about them last year, all those ETPs. Previously known as Akon, also shared in its report that buying Bitcoin at these premiums makes sense if one is an institutional investor and creates shares at NAV, but retail investors are simply getting ripped off. Exactly. So that's what it sounds like. They're allowing the institutional guys to come in and buy these shares, but then they're just fucking over these retailers. I mean, which happens in markets all the time, I'm sad to say. All right, let's read on. Given the high premium on products, giving these high premiums on products, it is unlikely that savvy or institutional investors are buying them. Exactly. That's what I was telling you guys, right? I was like, how can an institutional investor buy that? No one is that stupid. Nobody is that stupid. And Grayscale, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if you're a gangster joint, you're a cartel, Russian mob, flipping, mobster, gangster, organization, you still aren't going to offer an asset for 700 times. No way. No way. No way. And that's the truth. That's what's happening here. Now it's making, I don't see how that, I'm not going to lie, I'm not understanding the mechanism that well. I don't have a true grasp, but it seems they're letting institution guys come in, buy it at the proper price, and use their platform to rip off retail investors. So, like it says here, given the high premiums, it is unlikely. I tell you not right now. It's not unlikely. It's fucking impossible that savvy or actual institutional investors, actual smart money, would be buying that shit. Nobody. Are you fucking crazy? You fucking retarded? No one would do that. Well, not smart money. Not anyone with half a brain. So it's the retail investors that are buying GBT shares to get exposure to Bitcoin through their brokerage accounts or 401ks. They're ripping off retailers. It's the institutional and accredited investors that create GBTC and are able to resell at large markups. And of course, Grayscale is benefiting from retail overpaying, says Lang. Exactly. You see what Grayscale is doing? Grayscale is allowing, so this is what I think is going on. Like I said, this is a bunch of voodoo. I've never heard of some shit like this. But Grayscale is allowing institutional and accredited investors. So an accredited investor is a real rich person. You have to apply to the government to be an accredited investor here in America. You have to apply to the government and prove to them that if you lost bang, bang, bang amount of money, you could still survive. As your wife would be good and your kids would be good. Yeah, you have to apply to the government, right? It's for rich people, right? Like here in America, if you want to join a hedge fund, you have to be an accredited investor. Like me, yeah, I can't join a hedge fund. I don't have that kind of money. All right, my aunt, I told you about my aunt, the real estate lady. Yeah, she is an accredited investor. And that's how it works. And so what they're doing, so I'm trying to show you that there's institutions, but there's also just these really rich people called accredited investors. So I want you to understand there's another class of sort of investors. We don't really talk about them much here, but they're there. So institutions, so this is it. The institutions and accredited investors that create GBTC are able to resell at large markup. So those are the motherfuckers. The institutions and the accredited investors are reselling it to fucking stupid money, dumb money, retail investors. Soccer mom and dad who don't know any better. And Grayscale's letting them do it because, well, who cares? They make their fees and they make whatever, right? Fucking assholes. And so, I always say like this, guys, I've always told you here, look, I'm a Forex trader. I trade every day. And that's how I make my money. My money makes me money. And look, I don't mind losing trades. I lose trades all the time. You saw this week, I lost 2 trades and the other 2 just didn't do anything, right? Yeah, you get a bad week sometimes. I don't mind that because you know what? I wasn't cheated. Was I cheated this week? Did someone cheat me? Did someone fuck me over? Nah, just market didn't do what I was hoping it would do, right? Just, you saw it, just sideways, fucking 4 days in a row, which is very, 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 very rare. But it's Corona time, and so, we just have to expect, the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. And so that's one thing, right? I'm not cheated. Am I sour that I lost the 2 trades at the beginning of the week? No. Right? I made up most of the money, and I'll kick ass next week probably, so it'll be fine. But I'm not cheated. The Grayscale is allowing rich people to use their platform to rip off retail investors. So technically, Grayscale isn't ripping anyone off. No, their institutional and their accredited investors are using their platform to rip off retailers to the tune of 750% for a fucking Ethereum. That's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. I can't believe the SEC is allowing this. I guess, but the truth is, as long as you show people what the price is and they're willing to pay for it, well, it's not really a ripoff because you're not lying to them. But it's just dumb money. They're dumb money. They don't know any better, right? So they're ripping off, soccer mom and dad who doesn't know any better. Fucking assholes. Fucking assholes. So Grayscale, anytime you hear something about Grayscale, you just shit on that. Grayscale are a bunch of assholes. All right, man, let's get out of here. I'm getting real angry now. I'm getting real angry. Because I've told you here many times. I've told you guys, I've said it many, many times on this channel since I started it. Yo, the markets, you can win or lose, baby. If you can't stand the heat, don't come in the fire. But one thing is, at least when you're in the heat, you know you're not getting cheated. You know, that's what's fine. I don't mind. Lose here, lose there. Yeah, well, I usually kick ass, actually. So, you know, a couple losses, you got me. All right, fuck stick. Right? 8 out of 10 times I win. So, I'm fine. But I'm not cheated. And that's what I hate. Cheating. Cheating. Just ripping people off. Because you don't have to do it to make money. You know what I mean? If you have to rip someone off to make money, well, you're a fucking bad businessman. All right. Let's get out of the grayscale. Let's get into some happy talk. Bye. Oh, yes. Okay, good. So anyone, so let me just say, my subscribers, don't anyone fuck with anything to do with Grayscale, all right? Don't ever do that. All right. I mean, I know you're not that stupid, but just in case. WisdomTree Files for ETF with a 5% Bitcoin future share. So here's a new Bitcoin ETF, but now what's different is it's not a Bitcoin ETF. It's an ETF, but there's going to be just 5% of Bitcoin in it. So, you know, an ETF is an exchange-traded fund. Well, you know, a fund is just a basket of assets you slap together and sell it to people, right? And so, well, you know, like your job, right? Your 401k, right? It's a bunch of stocks inside, right? Within that one fund called your 401k. All right, so these guys are going to do a fund, and they're going to put 5% of exposure to the fund in Bitcoin, all right? Okay, so it's not a... So I guess what I'm trying to say is all the other funds we read about, the Winklevoss kids and the that Wilshire fund and the other, you know, all the funds we've been reading about so far, they're all Bitcoin funds, you know, just straight up Bitcoin, right? That's it. That's all that's in the fund is a whole bunch of Bitcoins, right? So this one's different. It's more of a proper sort of fund with a bunch of stuff in it, a bunch of different assets, and Bitcoin just happens to be a part of it. So let's check it out. Actually, hold on. Let me get a sip. And so, you know, like I said at the top of the show, you know, hopefully this one gets approved, right? Because, all right, the SEC, all right, there's all this other stuff in it, SEC. You can't complain that someone can manipulate the Bitcoin and it'll fuck up the whole fund now. Actually, it says right here, like, hold on, let's read the subtitle. A New York-based asset manager has filed for an ETF that will invest up to 5% of its capital into Bitcoin futures contracts, despite focusing on energy, agriculture, metals. So this fund is going to be filled with agriculture, energy, and metals stocks, I'm assuming. And 5% Bitcoin. All right. There we go. That explains it a little better. All right, let's check it out. All right. WisdomTree Investments, a New York-based exchange-traded fund, ETF, provider, has filed for an ETF that would invest up to 5% of its portfolio in cash-settled Bitcoin futures. So probably it says right here, CME futures. The application, which was filed on June 16th, asserts that the proposed fund will invest in the futures market of 4 commodity sectors spanning agriculture, industrial metals, precious metals, and energy. No direct investments will be made in the underlying physical assets. Crypto ETFs have little luck among regulators. Despite regulators having thus far rejected applications for Bitcoin ETFs, WisdomTree hopes that its WisdomTree Enhanced Commodity Strategy Fund will be given the go-ahead due to its small allocation toward a product that is regulated by the SEC. So they're hoping this thing goes, well, they want their fund, right? Bitcoin's just a tiny part of their fund, really. So, they're hoping it shouldn't be a problem. However, the fund's preference for futures contracts over physical assets may not sit favorably with the regulator. Following the spectacular crash in the U.S. oil markets that saw prices fall into the negative during April. Despite analysts expressing doubt regarding the likelihood that WisdomTree's fund will be approved, the inclusion of Bitcoin futures alongside contracts for oil, cattle, coffee, and aluminum illustrates the growing interest in crypto on the part of many fund managers who are focused on mainstream asset classes. Anyways, and blah, blah, blah. So, hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right. Bang! Sorry about that. The Amazon delivery people came a little late. It's fucking 8 o'clock at night already. Usually they get here around 2 in the afternoon. All right, anyway. Look. Guy was probably smoking weed. Took a little nap before he came here. All right, anyways, though, guys. All right, so we're talking about WisdomTree. All right, so... anyways, so should I read the end? It's not really a big deal. All right, well, this is some good news, so fuck it. Let's fucking... all right, let's just read everything. Despite regulators having thus far rejected application for Bitcoin ETFs, WisdomTree hopes that it'll work. Yeah. All right, so forget that one. But let's talk about this, because this is good about money right here. But mainstream asset managers are warming up to crypto. You know who's an asset manager? You know who the biggest is? Look. Fidelity. Look. Oh, wait till that day, brothers. So anyways, in May, Kingdom Trust, a regulated custodian managing more than $13 billion in assets, launched a retirement account supporting Bitcoin and traditional assets. Bang! I believe that was the 401k we read about. And speaking to Cointelegraph, Kingdom's Trust CEO Ryan Radloff predicted that an increasing share of the $28 trillion U.S. retirement market becomes opened up to crypto assets in the coming year. You daggone right it's going to open up. $28 trillion. Well, I'll tell you right now who's going to lead that. Fidelity. I told you, there will be tears in my eyes the day I read to you. The day I read that to you. Anyways. And I'm waiting for it. I will be proud to cry like a bitch. All right. By our estimates, there'll be tears of joy. All right. By our estimates, there's 7.1 million Americans who own Bitcoin, have a retirement account, but currently don't have the option to hold the Bitcoin in their retirement account with their other assets, he said. Right. And that's what they're changing. So we read about that. All right. We read about that. The 401k. And then we read about the retirement account. But so anyways... back to this thing, though. Bang! WisdomTree files for an ETF with a 4.7, with a 5 point. Where'd I get 4 point? We're a 5 point Bitcoin futures share. So 5% Bitcoin futures share. Sorry, not point. Yeah, so it's not a true, Bitcoin ETF like the ones we always read about here, the ones that always get rejected. But it's a fund that has other assets, industrial metals, precious metals, agriculture, energy, and a little Bitcoin sprinkled in. So is that really going to do anything major to our holdings or anything? No. But I don't know. It could be a new way that people get Bitcoin into an ETF by adding it with other stuff, right? Don't just have Bitcoin ETF. All right, have other stuff, gold, silver, Bitcoin, right? Like that. Or, tech stocks, gold, Bitcoin, right? Like sprinkle it in amongst something. Don't just have the full Bitcoin fund. Anyways, guys, so we'll see how this goes. Obviously, you know how we do around these parts. We follow all these ETF things very closely. And so we'll see if this works. And like I said, it could be a good template for going going forward into the future where, all right, guys, you want an ETF? Well, just don't make it a pure Bitcoin ETF. Sprinkle in some other assets with it. And maybe the SEC will be a little bit more pliant, a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, a little bit, they'll do it. They'll approve it. So let's see. All right, so let's move on. Bang! Deloitte, VeChain, safer and more scalable than Ethereum. So this is just opinion stuff. But the reason I read it is because, Deloitte is obviously one of the top 4 auditors in the world. And so, and I've told you, we talked about this, about a week ago I said this, is that you notice that the auditing firms, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Deloitte, actually, DNVGL is not an auditor. So I've been saying that they are. My bad. They're an authenticator. So my bad about that. But the top 4, Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst & Young, and then, like I said, DNVGL is actually an authenticator sort of / auditor, okay? In a way. All right, because I've been saying it wrong. Because the other big auditor is KPMG. All right, so we have 3 of the 4 major auditors in this space. And PricewaterhouseCoopers is rocking with 2 of them. They're rocking with, they're going to pump Cardano big time, they said. They're going to commercialize Cardano. And they also are working with VeChain to help commercialize VeChain. And Ernst & Young, we read about that last Saturday. Ernst & Young is mega, right? Top 4 in the world. Has hitched their wagon to the Ethereum horse, I guess you could say, to the Ethereum train. And so you see these mega auditors, right, are in this space. So I don't know, just what am I trying to say here? What am I trying to say here? Anyway, so what they say matters. I guess is kind of what I'm trying to get to, is like, they're not fucking around. You know what I mean? It's not like just some, a regular CEO saying something. No, these guys have their skin in the game is what I'm trying to say. All right. They're putting their name on the line for this crypto. Oh, okay. That's the way to say it, right? Like, you're PricewaterhouseCoopers and you're openly saying, bang, I'm a Cardano. That's your name on the line, right? If Cardano turns out to be the biggest scam failure in the world, which it isn't, and of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. I'm not even suggesting that it could even possibly be. But I'm just saying, imagine in some super... All right, forget the word Cardano then. Let's just think of something else. A hypothetical company. PricewaterhouseCoopers puts their name behind Company X. Well, if Company X turns out to be a pure piece of bullshit, but they've been shilling it to their Fortune 500 buddies, yeah, well, they look real bad. They look real bad in the industry. They look real bad in the media. They just look bad. And so that's what the beauty of having these kind of names behind your VeChain, behind Ethereum, behind, what was the other one? VeChain, Ethereum. Oh, Cardano. It's ultimate credibility. You know what I mean? Because everybody knows these fucksticks do their homework. These boys are the biggest boys. They don't play games, right? So, all right. So let's just read what Deloitte says. We're going to skim over this. I'm not really going to read all of it. Basically, blah, blah, blah. They say VeChain's great. All right. So obviously we know that since they have all those onboardings. I don't need some company to tell me. I can see it. But whatever. So for Deloitte, VeChain, so we're not gonna read everything. I'm gonna just keep skipping down. For Deloitte, VeChain is the platform that has more scalability and security than Ethereum, but less decentralization. Deloitte refers to these 3 features: security, scalability, and decentralization as the blockchain trilemma. Did we read this shit already all this week? Hold on a second. I feel like I've read this to you already this week. Hold on, let me look at something. That'd be fucked up if I did. I'm reading it again. Or maybe I just read it a few times myself and think I read it to you. All right, I guess I didn't. All right, let's read on. It just sounds so familiar. I guess I read this a couple times already. All right, so Deloitte refers to these 3 factors: security, scalability, and decentralization as the blockchain trilemma. And in that sense, VeChain reaches a better balance, making it a better platform for its users. As Deloitte states, these 3 characteristics is thus a major consideration for any blockchain network provider, as well as for their customers who choose to build their solutions on the network. Yes, but we know what the killer thing about Ethereum is. I'll say it later. Well, I'll say it right now. No vendor lock-in. Uh-oh, that's the killer. That's what makes Ethereum superior. No vendor lock-in, baby. Well, I'm not saying superior to VeChain, but I'm just saying that's what will make. I mean, if I can do something on VeChain that I can still do on Ethereum, and I'm worried about vendor lock-in, well, obviously I'm going to do it on Ethereum, right? All right, let's skip on. We'll be all right. So through a survey, Deloitte is also determined and trends and priorities for investors in 2020. According to the results of their survey, in 2020, there will be a considerable investment. 40% of all the respondents say they will invest more than $5 million in blockchain technology during the year. So these are companies that they've surveyed. In addition, the survey found that 86% of the companies that are developing blockchains are in the United States. Bang. The main question that investors are asking, according to Deloitte, has changed with respect to 2019. The important thing is no longer to verify that the technology works, but how companies can make it work for them. So last year, what Deloitte is saying right there is, well, last year, companies just wanted to know, is this thing real? Does this thing work? Is this stuff real? I mean, mainnets and everything just came online in 2008. Is this, that's what they wanted to know, right? They no longer want to verify if it works. They fucking know it works now. They know it works now. But now they want to know, well, how can it make it work for them? All right, so that's the new key, right? So they're beyond, which is good, right? It's the phase. It just like everything. It's like, right, like the .com bubble. They're like, well, why would I need a computer? Right? Back in those days, those were the kind of stupid questions you asked. Yeah, well, imagine, obviously today that seems like a moronic question. Yeah, back then it was a real thing. A computer was like $5,000, and all it could do was basically print you printouts. So people were like, it's a $5,000 typewriter, right? So a lot of people didn't get into it at first, right? And so, but then once they realized, oh, there's more functionality, more this and that, it can create efficiencies with my company, my employees can, we can centralize our documents, all this stuff, right? It helps us out. It helps out our companies. Then they decided, all right, well, now how do we use tech to better our company? And well, as you can see, we're at the level now where a laptop is like fucking less than dinner, right? When I was a kid, a laptop was like fucking 10 G's. Now, it's less than a dinner, less than taking your wife out to dinner. So, and so I guess what I'm trying to say is people catch up. And that's why I keep telling you guys, this is going to be like the .com bubble days. Yeah, they're going to all catch up. They're all just catching up. They're getting it now. Whether you're an investor who, like me, just straight, I'm just here for the investment stuff, but realize, this is viable, or you are a real company that wants to use this stuff, you now are realizing the reality of it. This is real. This is going to be real. This is happening. Blockchain is going to not take over, but be deployed around the world. This is it. This is the real deal. And so, all right, I guess I've emphasized that enough. I've said that too much, but let me just say it one more time. Now people are no longer, is this thing real? Is this thing work? But now they want to know, how the fuck can this shit work for me? Yeah, now they're into the greed mode. First it was skepticism mode. What's that shit? What? Now they know it would, because now they're hearing everybody, oh yeah, this blockchain saved us 40% on our supply chain. Oh yeah, this blockchain is authenticating our stuff. We're saving a lot of money on counterfeit. Like what? Yeah. How's this gonna work for me? Right? And you're a company. Yeah, I want this shit. What? Right? Now you're talking to your IT guys. Yo, guys, what you know about blockchain? Look, find something to do. Find something to do for us. Find one that'll help us. Do something. Right? Do you see the difference? Skepticism to greed. Really, let's get real. Okay, I have squawked about that enough. So in that sense, the investment in the blockchain teams are shaped to research key challenges for a company through 3 specific use cases. So, according to the survey, the main use cases on which investors and companies will focus 2020 are data validation, data access and sharing, and identity protection. VeChain is positioned to be one of the dominant platforms in these three use cases because of its high security and scalability, as Deloitte states. Ethereum, on the other hand, is more likely to be a platform on which a new token economy is built. Both platforms could benefit from that, according to Deloitte. A new token economy can make the financial industry more accessible, cheaper, faster, and easier, thereby possibly unlocking trillions of euros in current illiquid assets and vastly increasing the volume of trade. Anyways, though, bang! There you go, VeChain. Safe, secure, blah, blah, blah. But what I liked, and the real reason, of course, VeChain's safe and secure and amazing, as we read fucking onboardings every day. So I don't really need Deloitte to tell me what I can see already. But what I liked is, my favorite part of this whole story is that, yeah, the companies, they're no longer trying to verify if this shit works. Yeah, we're past that stage now, right? You see the difference? 2019 was like, what the hell? What's a mainnet? What's this? Does that thing? What is that? Yeah, we're beyond the what is that? What the fuck? Fuck that. To the hey. Hey guys, let's see if we can get one of these to work for us, right? And that's the key, and that's what we need, brothers. Look. So that's the real reason I read that part, because Deloitte, their customers are all major Fortune 500s and shit, and so that's what they're hearing from the big dogs. Look, good for us, good for crypto, good for the multiverse. All right, and then finally, bang, SenseChat is bringing private messaging to Akon City. So I thought we'd just end on this kind of fun little story here, because we talked about the Akon City earlier this week. Right, they're building this crypto tech city from the ground up, and so this thing is going to be the system. Oh, it says right here, the de facto messaging system for this Akon City thing. And so I just thought we'd read about it. Saturday show, you know how we do. We get a little loose around here. Well, actually, plus it is crypto related because people actually earn crypto from it. So it's not just nothing. All right. Let's check it out. In brief, blockchain messaging app SenseChat is partnered with Akon as one of its first D apps. SenseChat looks to become the de facto messaging system for the highly ambitious Akon City. So it's free message. It's going to be a messaging system. Akon City is underway after being awarded a $6 billion construction contract. We read about that a couple days ago. So listen to this. Blockchain messaging app SenseChat is partnered with Akon, the flagship crypto project of American philanthropist and songwriter Akon, to bring private, decentralized messaging to the African market. With lofty ambitions of financial sovereignty, the Akon cryptocurrency and wallet ecosystem will eventually act as the fundamental currency of Akon City. That's what you got to use. You got to use the Akoins. The Senegalese settlement established by none other than Akon. Okay. Positioning itself as the de facto messaging service of Akon City, SenseChat breaks ground as one of the first decentralized applications within the Akon network. Built on the EOC blockchain, so that's another reason I'm reading this, because EOCO, right, you can invest in that shit. The crypto-enabled decentralized messaging service allows users to freely and privately text and video chat via an encrypted protocol for free. Additionally, users can discover each other and build communities through public channels. SenseChat also comes equipped with an integrated wallet and native cryptocurrency dubbed Sense, allowing community builders, brands, and influencers to reward followers for contributing key facets of Akon's community building ethos. So, we're beyond excited to partner with SenseChat at Akon, said Lynn Liss, Akon's COO and co-founder. Building a passionate community, including secure messaging, are critical features for social ventures such as Akon to succeed. Having a product of SenseChat's quality with cutting-edge activation features available with the Akon ecosystem will benefit our users massively. We're looking forward to bring this to life with the Make Sense Labs team, she added. And then here's Akon City, some sort of tweet here. What is this? What it's going to look like? Oh, see, it's all futuristic looking and all this, right? Just crazy looking buildings, right? Oh, yeah, I bet that's true. I didn't even think about that part. Here's the picture here. All right, look at these cities, right? All futuristic. Right? Oh, that's true. They're going to add all this tech. I bet they're going to have some crazy-ass architecture there. Oh, I never thought about the architecture part. All right, so, is there more? Oh, so Akon City recently secured a $6 billion contract for construction, awarded it to KE International, a U.S.-based engineering and consulting firm. The first phase of Akon City, pegged for completion in 2023, will see the construction of road, residences, hotels, police station, and a school, among other integral infrastructure. The second phase will run from 2024 to 2029, ending with a fully complete city running solely on Akon. What? So, Akon is a revolutionary cryptocurrency venture poised to bring meaningful... It is revolutionary. I mean, you're not shilling your coins just to retailers. You're literally just building a city around your coin. That's pretty wild. Akon is a revolutionary cryptocurrency venture poised to bring meaningful social impact across Africa, said Autumn Penaloza, SenseChat partnership manager. As avid supporters of self-sovereignty and community empowerment, SenseChat makes a powerful, natural alignment to help Akon engage their audience and drive adoption. With the addition of SenseChat, Akon City is one step closer to realization. That $6 billion construction contract is likely to help as well. You daggone right, that helps. So, bang, there we go. I thought that'd be fun. And just interesting in that, so that EOCO, where was that? Is what this thing is built on, the blah, blah, blah chat. Is it called SenseChat? SenseChat. But then you're also going to earn Sense tokens, right? Community builder, brand influence, or reward followers using these Sense tokens. And the citizens of the city are going to get to chat and message each other for free with this app. So, cool. So, thought it would be fun. It's just a nice, fun story to end it. All right. Bang, what we got over here? Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Oh, this is some other shit. All right, let's go over here. Oh, there it is. There's everybody. All right. CBNEWS. Yeah. Oh, so first of all, sloppy. Learn by the sea brother. Bye. What's he talking about? Coindesk blockchain company Factom Inc. Coindesk. Oh, Okay. Hold on, let me calm down here. CBNEWS. Yes. Coindesk. Blockchain company Factom files for Chapter 11. Yeah, that's what we just read about. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. That's a bummer. That's a real bummer. Anyways, things come, things go. That's what I told you, brothers. Just because the company says we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to... Yeah. Until they do it, no. That's just dreams and bullshit. Right? Look at these kids right here. They got 2 fucking Department of Homeland Security contracts. But they just had to keep stealing that money and stealing that money. Fucking greedy little fucktards. Yeah, now they're left with nothing. Nothing. Investors told them to go fuck themselves. Pathetic. So that's what I tell you guys. Don't just believe everything. Wait until you actually see, just competent management and actual real onboardings. Anyways, what do we got here? CryptoGeek 2010, Larry by the Sea Brother. Bang. God dang, Larry by the Sea Brother. Bang. Bam, Larry by the Sea Brother. Bang. Sweetie. Love you, sweetie. See you, sweetie. Yes. Bang. Mm-hmm. We got 9 in here. All right. Look, Kenneth. Larry by the Sea Brother. Bang. Mr. Percy. Shay. Clay. Larry by the Sea Brother. Bang. Rob. Larry by the Sea Brother. Bang. Here's Brency. Spy Lady. Love you, lady. See you, lady. Bye. Wesley, Larry by the Sea Brother. Bye. Bitcoin Kong. Wow. Larry by the Sea Brother. Bye. All right, Papa CVET. X. Every time I read your name, I keep noticing there's more letters. Larry by the Sea Brother. Bang. I used to just say I Papa, vet or something, or C, and then I keep noticing, oh, there's a VET. Oh, there's an X. All right. I think I got it now. All right. Black Mama. Love you, brother. See you, brother. Bye. All right. Is there anything else? That's pretty much everyone. Ricardo. Love you, brother. See you, brother. Bye. That's pretty much. That's it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The dumbass thing I did. Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't do it. Chrome. So, yeah. Chrome messed up on me last night when I was doing the wrap-up thing. You know, I had to get it over with. I had to do that little 2-minute at the end. I hate when things aren't complete. You know, if I didn't finish it, it would always be in the back of my mind, like, you just didn't finish. You know, I like to finish the job, right? So, even though it was only a 2-minute thing, well, at least I know. Job accomplished. All right. Rivka Hoffman. See ya. Bye. And then we read that already yesterday. All right. Good. Nice and easy. Bye to the Death Star. Bye. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome back to the Death Star. So, we had a great show for you today. As usual. And so, let's check it out. Look, Factom files for bankruptcy. Told you, man. What a waste. What a shit show. That is so horrible. And so, you know, I mean, that's why you got to be careful where you invest in shit, guys. Like, you know, companies say they want to do this. Yeah, it doesn't mean it happens, right? I told you guys, I mean, are you fucking stupid? How many times do you see a restaurant open in your city and it closes? Yeah, well, just expand that out to these corporations. Same thing. You're just opening a restaurant. Let's see if anyone eats there. Well, Factom, people came to eat there. Unfortunately, the employees were robbing the bank, were robbing the till, and they had no money left for change for the customers. So, Factom's in bankruptcy. Fuck them. Bang. Fuck those guys. Now, Grayscale ripping off retail investors. So, it doesn't sound like Grayscale is doing the ripping off, but they are allowing their institutions and accredited investors to rip off retailers through their platform. So you're ripping them off, motherfucker. Pretty much, I view it that way. You're still collecting the fees on something you know is a fucking scam. Right? If I let someone sell crack outside my house and I say, well, you owe me $10 an hour to rent outside my house to sell some crack, and he's making all that crack money out there, but I'm collecting money, well, I'm still selling crack too. Right? Isn't it? You know what I mean? I'm still benefiting from the death and destruction of the people buying that, right? So their addiction and all that. And so that's why I look at Grayscale. Technically, Grayscale would say, oh, well, we're not doing it. We're not charging that much. Come on, you fucking assholes. You know what you're fucking doing. So Grayscale's a piece of shit. And I hope to hear some SEC fucking clamp down or something on that. It's mean, man. 700%. You're charging little soccer mom and dad. Come on, you fucking assholes. That's what I mean. That's the evil of one of the evils of, you know, just being in markets. You know, guys are just so, you know, they're just so greedy. They don't think of the consequences. Like, you're ripping some guy off for his kid's college fund. Like, you know, you don't have to rip him off so bad, right? Like, just a slight ripoff. You know, I had a friend. She was a gypsy. She was a fortune teller. And she used to tell me, in the fortune teller world, you know, it's a scam, right? And so what fortune tellers do is they give the person some bullshit. Like, they'll tell the person, you know, eat an apple every day, but eat it from the bottom to the top. Like, so eat from the bottom part first, and that will bring love to you. Like, they tell them bullshit, and people believe it. They'll tell them boil 2 eggs and eat only one, but put one in the fridge. And then that one, throw away later. And that will be throwing away the evil spirit that's against you. And people believe that shit. But anyway, she told me this trick. Or what gypsies do, like what these fortune tellers do. She said, you don't cut the cow's neck. She said, just slice the cow a little and take a little of its blood so that cow will live. In other words, the people who come to her as a fortune teller, she could tell them, yeah, just give me all your money. And a lot of these idiots would. But what she does is she gets them just to come back every week, giving her another however much she charges, I don't know. Every week, you know, she becomes their like spiritual advisor. And so she doesn't cut their throat, right? She doesn't charge them like $1,000. She just, no, give me a few hundred every time. And she has so many of these people, of these cows, whose neck she cut. She just, not, right? You don't slice the neck. If you slice the neck of the cow, it will die. Just a little prick. And you can gather just enough blood. And, you don't have to rip someone off so brutally. And that's what I hate about Grayscale, because Grayscale is cutting the neck. That's not good. All right, so now let's get to some happy talk. Fuck. Okay, so WisdomTree Files for Bitcoin ETF. So it's not a Bitcoin ETF. It's just an ETF with Bitcoin in it. It's a minuscule amount, only 5%. But, I mean, it is something. And, it could be like a test case. Like, maybe if the SEC approves this one, well, maybe the next guys who apply for an ETF go, well, they let in 5% in that ETF. Why don't we go for 20? You know what I mean? Like, why don't we try ours with 20 in it? You know what I mean? You could maybe keep bumping them up a little bit more. Like, well, let's try for 20. And maybe the SEC goes, all right, you got gold, you got silver, you got stocks in there, and 20% Bitcoin, fine. Right? And then the next guy will come around and be like, well, they approved the 20% Bitcoin. Let's try a 50%, right? You just keep trying until they tell you no. And so I think this will work. I hope it'll work. I hope it will. We'll see, but that's how I look at it. If these guys can get away with it and get 5, well, all right, guys, Winklevoss kids or something, come on, right? Try to get one with like 20% in, 25%, So we'll see how this works. Obviously, I'll keep us all posted. We always watch the ETFs around these parts. And then VeChain, safer and more scalable than Ethereum. So whatever, that's Deloitte's opinion. What I cared about that story was not really the VeChain part. I don't really give a fuck what Deloitte says about VeChain, because I can see VeChain's onboardings and they are superior to any other thing in this whole space. And so I don't need a little report to tell me that as a market guy. But what I did like about that article was the way they described it was when they did their survey last year, the corporations, the guys, the investors and the corporations were like, does this shit even work? Yeah, they're beyond that now. Now they're not asking, does it work? Now they're asking, how can it work for me? Right? They've gone beyond the, does it work? Now it's, how can I get a piece and have this thing deployed to save us money, make us more efficient, blah, 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 blah. And that's what I really liked about that whole story. Obviously, VeChain kicks ass. I don't need Deloitte to tell me that. The fuck? We read a fucking new onboarding every day. But that was the juice of the story. That last year, investors and everyone and corporations were doubting. We're just doubting its viability, its workability, anything, just doubting it. Yeah, we're past that now. So, bang! That's what I love about that story. And then finally, oh yeah, okay. And so Akon City is going to use this Sense Chat. And so, like I said, I just think that Akon City thing is amazing. It's the full thing. The full crypto tech environmentalist. Like if you're an environmentalist, if you're a tech person, if you're a blockchain person, artificial intelligence person, you're going to love this city. It's built for you. About the things you like. And so, yeah, it's going to be solar powered. And like I said, every single new tech there is out there, they're going to stuff it in this thing or make a city out of it. And so, it'll be pretty interesting. We're having a Noah Fest. They're saying that this city will be done in 2023. It'd be pretty interesting if Akon, maybe we could call Akon, because by 2023, yeah, we'll be rocking and rolling. We'll be rich then, right? Ask him if we could have our Noah Fest in Akon City somewhere, right? That'd be interesting, right? Hey, guys, right? We want to have I'm just a little blockchain show. I got a few guys. We've made a few millions, and we'd feel honored to have our Noah Fest in a crypto city. It would be an honor and a pleasure. Would you mind? I'm going to find out about that. I'm going to try to get that done. We'll see. I know guys here, they're nightclub promoters, so they know all the, like Akon is so you really think you get that done, Shomari? Well, the reason I think I can get it done is this. my friends are big nightclub promoters here in South Beach. And how nightclubs work is they know the managers of all these artists, right? So if you want an artist to perform at your club, you call up it's the booking agent. So you call up a booking agency and you negotiate through that, right? But you can get to talk to the guy himself. And so I know guys here who they can call Jay-Z and talk to him. Yeah, like that. I mean, through their PR people and through stuff, but they can get to him eventually, right? And so it's possible. So I'm not just making up a fucking crazy ass fake dream. I got guys who can talk to artists like that. I have guys who brought Jay-Z here before for nightclub stuff. So Akon's not going to be any harder to get, or I'll talk to, I'm sure. Anyway, we'll see. That'd be an interesting thing, right? Anyways, look. That's just some dreams. Let's just work about our money now first, though. So that's the show. Hope you all had a great. Hope you enjoyed it. So let's chill it and kill it. Let's get you back to your wives and lives. So subscribe below. Bang! Press the bell. You get an automatic notification when I do the show. Greatest show on earth. Greatest show in the multiverse. Look, my name's Shomari Clarke. Live talking money. Bye. Live talking crypto. Look. Favorite time of my day. So I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks for having me home. I'll see you on Tuesday. And we will be back at it again. So subscribe here. Boom. Watch this video here. Bang. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday. My name is Shomari Clarke. I'm always watching our money, and I am always on duty. Bang. Yes. Have a good weekend. Love you guys. Bye. Over and out.